Good morning and welcome to our Leadership and Management Development Plan to help integrate assistance animals into New South Wales schools. Although many teachers and students and other staff already have assistance animals, there's no way that most schools currently allow these animals onto campus. Our aim here is to increase the likelihood of getting these animals onto campus to allow the benefits to stand strong. In recent years, the recognition of the significant role assistance animals can play in educational settings has grown, particularly in addressing the diverse needs of students and teachers alike. This program aims to integrate assistance animal within schools to enhance emotional, physical, and mental well-being, thereby creating a more inclusive and supportive learning environment. Unlike therapy animals, which are typically used in a hands-on manner for group settings, assistance animals provide specialized support tailored to the individual needs of their handlers, including students and or teachers with disabilities facing challenges in the classroom. Drawing on guidelines from the Disability Discrimination Act 1992 and standards set by the Working Animals Federation of Australia, this program seeks to bridge the current gaps in support systems and promote positive outcomes for all members of the school community. The implementation of an assistance animal program not only aligns with educational goals, but also addresses the increasing concerns surrounding mental health and emotional support in schools. As stress and anxiety rates among students and teachers rise, the need for innovative approaches to well-being has become crucial. This integrative program is designed to harness the proven benefits of assistance animals, fostering resilience and improving educational experiences. This presentation outlines the program's objectives, the existing challenges within the school environment, and the necessary steps to successfully integrate assistance animals into our educational framework. Assistance animals, as defined by the Disability Discrimination Act 1992, are animals trained to assist individuals with disabilities in performing specific tasks that mitigate the effects of their condition. Unlike therapy or support animals, which offer support to the wider school community, assistance animals are specifically trained to carry out essential functions that enable a single individual with a disability to navigate everyday challenges independently. Guide dogs are a well-known example of assistance animals, but they also assist with many different disabilities and range in species and breed. For example, you could have a parrot that helps you hear, a cat that helps with conditions like PTSD, or a miniature pony that helps with mobility issues. Although Labrador retrievers are the most commonly seen, there's definitely a lot more other species and breeds and types of animals that are becoming increasingly common. Under the New South Wales Department of Education guidelines, assistance animals are permitted in schools to support students and staff, ensuring that institutions are inclusive and comply with anti-discrimination laws. However, the Disability Discrimination Act provides broad protections but leaves room for interpretation when it comes to practical implementation in educational settings. For example, what is the definition of standards of hygiene and behavior that are appropriate to public access in a school environment? This vagueness leads to varying responses from schools, as administrators must address concerns around allergies, phobias, safety, and legal responsibilities, whilst ensuring they accommodate individuals who rely on these animals. The integration of an assistance animal program is highly relevant in today's educational environments, particularly as schools seek to create inclusive and supportive spaces for all students. Research has demonstrated that assistance animals can significantly improve the quality of life for individuals with disabilities by reducing barriers in participation in both social and educational activities. For example, children with autism or ADHD often experience reduced anxiety and enhanced focus when accompanied by their assistance animal. These animals help individuals manage sensory overload and anxiety, which is particularly relevant in high stimulus environments like schools. In addition to supporting students with physical or sensory impairments, assistance animals have proven to be valuable for those with mental health conditions. Students who may struggle with PTSD, anxiety, or panic disorders often find the presence of their assistance animal offering emotional grounding and stability during periods of distress. Despite these benefits, schools must address concerns regarding the safety and comfort of other students and staff, manage animal allergies or phobias, and ensure hygiene protocols are followed. These concerns can be managed with proper planning, as seen in schools that have successfully implemented similar programs. The integration of assistance animals in schools not only benefits students but also extends to teachers who may rely on these animals for support. Teachers with disabilities often face significant challenges in navigating the school environment, particularly in terms of mobility, anxiety management, or sensory impairments, for example. Assistance animals can help mitigate these disabilities, allowing teachers to focus more effectively on their instructional roles. For example, a teacher with a mobility impairment who tires easily may rely on an assistance animal to perform tasks such as retrieving items and navigating the school building safely, thus opening up more space for them to teach effectively. Teachers with PTSD or anxiety disorders may find that their assistance animal provides emotional stability during stressful situations like classroom management or public speaking, for example. This is also freeing up time for them to get the best out of their role and ensure that students are adequately instructed and they can perform their role to the best of their ability. By supporting teachers with assistance animals, schools foster a more inclusive work environment that encourages equal participation and reduces absenteeism due to stress or mobility limitations. This, in turn, creates a positive ripple effect for the entire school community, as teachers are better able to engage with students and deliver a high-quality education. The benefits of assistance animals in educational settings are well documented in academic literature. For individuals who rely on them, assistance animals offer both emotional and physical support, improving the individual's ability to navigate daily life. In the context of schools, these benefits are particularly pronounced. For example, increasing independence. Studies indicate that assistance animals provide handlers with a sense of autonomy and control, enabling them to engage more fully in school life. This is especially important for students with mobility or visual impairments, where the animal acts as an extension of the individual's capabilities. There's also evidence of enhanced focus and academic performance. Research on students with ASD and ADHD has shown that assistance animals help manage sensory overload, which in turn improves focus, task completion, and academic performance. This makes assistance animals an essential resource for students who might otherwise struggle to engage in classroom activities. Emotional support and stability. Assistance animals play a significant role in emotional regulation, particularly for students with mental health conditions. In moments of anxiety or stress, the presence of the animal can help the handler calm down and regain focus. This reduces the frequency of emotional outbursts or anxiety attacks, contributing to a more stable learning environment. And as well as this, there's evidence that just the mere presence of an animal in a classroom benefits many students and teachers, even when they're hands off and that animal is attending to another individual specifically. And then there's the fact that in emergency or crisis situations, assistance animals are trained to offer comfort and act as an anchor for that individual that's experiencing panic or distress. This is particularly important in high pressure situations like exams or during transitions in school routines. The Assistance Animal Program in schools aims to foster a more inclusive and supportive environment for students and staff with disabilities. The specific goals include enhancing physical and emotional support. So, assistance animals provide this support to their handlers, enabling them to participate more fully in school activities, whether they're student or staff. Improving learning environments by mitigating anxiety and stress in the student or teacher with disability. Assistance animals then contribute to a more focused and engaging learning atmosphere and improved academic outcomes for the students. The presence of assistance animals often also promotes a culture of inclusion by accommodating diverse needs and demonstrating the school's commitment to accessibility. Assistance animals also support the well-being of students and staff, even just being present in a hands-off manner. They also make the school environment more conducive to learning and teaching, and ensure that that member of students or staff with the assistance animal reaches their peak potential. These goals align with the broader objective of creating a safe and inclusive educational setting, ensuring that staff and students with disabilities have equal opportunities to succeed academically and socially. Schools today face increasing challenges related to the mental health and well-being of students and staff. Stress and anxiety are widespread, affecting academic performance and overall well-being. In Australia, studies have shown that approximately 1 in 7 students aged between 4 and 17 years experiences mental health issues, including anxiety, stress, and depression. Teachers are also under immense pressure, with recent research indicating that burnout rates are rising due to workload, student behaviour, and the growing need to accommodate students with diverse needs. For both students and teachers with disabilities, the need for accommodations goes beyond traditional classroom interventions, extending into physical and emotional support needs that often go unmet. Research also shows a significant gap in the current support system for managing well-being in schools. For example, while schools may offer limited mental health or counseling services, these programs are often underfunded and understaffed. This leaves students and teachers with disabilities, who may require continuous and personalized support, underserved in the system. Furthermore, physical disabilities that require constant support, such as mobility issues, are typically addressed with architectural modifications, but these don't always solve the day-to-day challenges of navigating a school environment independently, such as what kind of architectural modification could we include to allow a student to participate socially whilst having a mobility challenge. Assistance animals play a critical role in addressing these gaps. Peer-reviewed research has shown that the presence of assistance animals can significantly reduce stress and anxiety in both students and teachers. For students, assistance animals help alleviate anxiety and improve focus, particularly in those with conditions such as autism, ADHD, or anxiety disorders. By performing tasks such as providing deep pressure stimulation or guiding a student with a visual impairment, these animals save teachers time that would otherwise be spent attending to the individual student's needs. This additional time allows educators to focus on teaching and attending to all students, thus enhancing the overall classroom environment. For teachers with assistance animals, the benefits extend beyond just physical support. Assistance animals can help teachers with diverse disabilities such as PTSD manage their anxiety and remain focused on their professional responsibilities. For example, a teacher with a mobility impairment may rely on a miniature pony or a miniature horse to navigate the classroom, retrieve materials, or alert them to potential hazards, allowing them to more effectively engage with their students. In this way, assistance animals not only support the well-being of their handlers, but also contribute to creating a more inclusive, functional, and efficient learning environment for everyone in the school. By incorporating assistance animals into schools, we can address the current gaps in support for well-being, ultimately benefiting the whole school community. The school community has already demonstrated a strong foundation in accommodating therapy dogs, which serves as an added advantage in implementing an assistance animal program. Therapy dogs currently attend the premises as part of a support program, and the school has designated toileting areas as well as established health and hygiene protocols that meet necessary standards. This infrastructure offers a ready framework to adapt for assistance animals. Moreover, students and staff are familiar with interacting with animals on campus, particularly therapy dogs, which can help ease the transition to integrating assistance animals. However, it's essential to note that while therapy dogs are hands-on, meaning students and staff are actually encouraged to engage with them, assistance animals must be treated differently. These animals perform specific tasks for their handlers and should not be distracted by others. Educating the school community on this distinction will be crucial. The existing familiarity with dogs should aid this learning process, but it also presents a unique challenge as expectations and behaviours must shift. One of the notable weaknesses in the school community is resistance from some staff members. Some teachers hold traditional views and prefer not to have animals in their classrooms. This mindset could pose a barrier to integrating assistance animals, as staff participation and acceptance is critical to a successful program. Resistance to change and discomfort with animals can be mitigated through targeted training programs, awareness campaigns, and consistent communication about the legal and educational benefit of assistance animals. Additionally, while the school has experience with therapy dogs, it lacks experience in managing other species that may be assistance animals, such as cats, miniature horses, or even birds. Beyond the familiar agricultural animals that are part of the school's programs, non-canine species represent a novel challenge that requires careful consideration regarding health and safety, accommodations, and staff training. The school has already implemented several supportive frameworks for students with special needs. On-site counselors and programs offer direct emotional and mental health support to students, while NDIS practitioners are brought onto campus to assist students with various disabilities using their NDIA plan. These existing programs provide a strong baseline of care and make an introduction of assistance animals to campuses potentially more seamless. Teachers also have access to external mental health and support services through their employment contract, which enhances their well-being and ability to manage classroom demands. However, there are no existing New South Wales Department of Education guidelines for assistance animals in schools. In fact, there's not even a New South Wales specific law regarding assistance animals. We need to rely on federal laws. This lack of clarity leaves schools relying on federal law under the Disability Discrimination Act, as well as peak body standards such as those set by the Working Animals Federation of Australia. This legislative gap, coupled with limited local experience, poses a challenge in terms of policy creation and implementation. School leadership has shown competence in adopting therapy dog programs, indicating openness to innovative approaches for supporting student well-being. However, as assistance animals require a more hands-off approach, leadership will need to invest in retraining the community, particularly teachers and staff, to understand the unique role these animals play. Moreover, leadership needs to navigate resistance from staff who are uncomfortable with animals in classrooms, perhaps by fostering a dialogue around the benefits of assistance animals as outlined in the literature. Studies show that these animals can significantly improve well-being and productivity of both students and staff who are the handlers, as well as the wider school community, and can reduce anxiety and enhance focus in all. This allows teachers to dedicate more time to academic instruction, and it allows students to be less stressed and therefore more able to focus and learn. Leadership should also work to bridge the gap between current support structures and the specific needs of individuals who require assistance animals. Given that there are no New South Wales specific laws regarding these animals, leadership needs to rely on federal legislation and standards from organisations like WAFA. Establishing clear internal policies that align with federal laws and best practices will be crucial for the successful implementation of the program. As the literature suggests, effective leadership in educational settings is a critical factor for creating inclusive environments for students with disabilities. And now, on to our leadership development plan. The primary goal of this leadership development plan is to equip school leaders with the necessary skills, knowledge, and support to implement and sustain an assistance animal program. This includes ensuring the program meets the needs of both students and staff, aligns with legal requirements, and enhances overall school environments. Specifically, leadership would aim to implement the assistance animal program smoothly and efficiently, promote inclusivity and understanding of the role of assistance animals within the school community, foster a supportive and accessible environment for individuals with disabilities, and continuously evaluate and improve the program based on feedback and changing needs. Leadership in the context of an assistance animal program requires specific skills to manage both the operational aspects and the human elements involved in making such a program successful. The key skills to be developed include empathy. School leaders need to understand the emotional, psychological, and physical benefits that assistance animals provide to students and staff. Empathy fosters a culture of care and inclusiveness. Flexibility. Leaders must be open to adapting policies and practices to accommodate the unique needs of assistance animal handlers while balancing the broader requirements of the school community. Communication. Clear and open communication is essential both to explain the purpose and function of assistance animals and to address any concerns from staff, students, or parents. Transparent communication builds trust and reduces potential conflicts or misunderstandings. Inclusiveness. Leaders must actively work to ensure that all voices, especially those of students and staff with disabilities, are heard and considered in decision-making processes. This includes creating a sense of belonging for all members of the school community, particularly those directly impacted by the Assistance Animal Program. Active listening. Listening to the concerns, feedback, and experiences of students, staff, and families is essential to making the program successful. Active listening allows leadership to respond thoughtfully and improve the program continuously. To lead the implementation of the Assistance Animal Program effectively, school leaders must have a deep understanding of the relevant laws, animal welfare standards, and educational benefits associated with assistance animals. Knowledge enhancement strategies include training on assistance animal benefits for leaders and staff who need to understand the specific roles of assistance animals and how they differ from therapy animals. Training should be evidence-based and include research on the positive impacts of assistance animals and relevant to learning outcomes and inclusion. Staff must also be trained in basic care and welfare of assistance animals to ensure that animals are well treated whilst on school grounds. This includes understanding their unique needs, such as toileting, rest areas, and restrictions on interaction with the animal. Leaders should also be well versed in the legal frameworks governing the use of assistance animals, including the DDA, peak body standards like those of the Working Animals Federation of Australia, and the specific challenges posed by the lack of state legislation on this matter. Building strong partnerships with local and national organisations involved in the training and provision of assistance animals is key to the success of the program. Relationship building strategies include building partnerships with assistance animal providers and collaborating with these local organisations to ensure access to trained animals and knowledgeable staff who can guide the implementation process. Effective implementation will require close cooperation and collaboration between school counsellors, teachers, and animal trainers. Fostering a collaborative approach within the school community ensures all necessary parties work together to support the students and staff who will benefit from the assistance animal. A coaching and mentoring framework can be an effective way to support leadership and staff development within the school. This should include peer mentoring programs for teachers and support staff to ensure they are experienced and open to the program and can serve as mentors to those who are more hesitant. This will help alleviate resistance and build more supportive school culture. There should also be opportunities for continuous learning, such as workshops, seminars, and peer support groups, which can be established to provide continuous learning and reflection on the impact of the program. This can help staff feel more confident and prepared to work in such an inclusive environment that supports the use of assistance animals. For the program to evolve and remain effective, continuous learning and reflection should be embedded into the leadership development plan. This includes ongoing feedback mechanisms, so regular surveys, feedback sessions, and evaluations that will allow leaders to gain input from staff, students, and community members regarding the use of assistance animals. This can inform future improvements to the program. School leaders also need to regularly reflect on the program and how it's affecting the overall school environment, student learning, and staff well-being. This will help them to make informed decisions on adjustment or expansions to the program as needed. The Leadership Development Plan must also include an evaluation and review process to measure the success of the program and identify areas of improvement. This includes periodic formal reviews at least once per academic calendar year to assess the program's performance, including feedback gained from students, teachers, staff, and the wider school community. These reviews should focus on the benefits and the challenges faced in implementation. Qualitative and quantitative data can also be collected through surveys and interviews with the school community to gauge satisfaction with the program, measure the impact on student and teacher well-being, and identify any operational issues that need to be addressed. Leadership should also establish clear benchmarks for success, such as improvements in student engagement, teacher satisfaction, or the number of students and staff with disabilities being effectively supported by the program. This can help track progress and guide future leadership development efforts. In terms of resource, comprehensive training for everyone, including staff, students, and families, is essential to ensure the program operates smoothly. This includes teachers and support staff receiving training on the roles, responsibilities, and legal considerations associated with assistance animals, and the need to understand the distinction between assistance animals and therapy dogs, which are already in use in the school. They must also be trained to understand how to handle and deal with these animals and not to distract them. In line with recommendations from the Working Animals Federation of Australia, school staff should undergo animal care and welfare training. This includes regarding hygiene, handling, and management of toileting areas. WAFA credentialed behaviourists can provide this training to ensure assistance animals receive the proper care whilst on the school premises. These behaviourists are particularly valuable in training for school staff to help respond to any behavioural issues exhibited by assistance animals. Their expertise ensures that both the animals and handlers are in safe and supportive environments. These behaviourists also assist in designing interventions to address specific behavioural concerns that may arise. The financial requirements for this program include requiring qualified behaviorists and public access test assessors to ensure that the assistance animals and therapy dogs adhere to higher standards of behavior and care. We need to allocate funds for continuous training of staff and students, and research shows that successful animal-assisted interventions require regular, up-to-date training to adapt to new needs and challenges. Schools need to also invest in facilities and materials for the animals, such as cleaning supplies for the specialized toileting areas and any designated rest spaces to ensure animal welfare. Given the legal responsibilities tied to having an assistance animal present, the schools must budget for any necessary insurance premiums or legal consultations regarding compliance with the relevant acts and policy procedure development guidelines. Teachers play a critical role in ensuring the presence of assistance animal supports rather than disrupts the learning environment. These responsibilities include in-classroom management to coordinate the handler of the assistance animal to create an environment conducive to learning and animal welfare. This includes adhering to school policies on limiting interactions between students and assistance animals. Teachers must also work alongside behaviorists to address any challenges as they arise in managing assistance animals in the classroom. These behaviorists can provide customized strategies to accommodate specific animal or handler needs, thereby minimizing distractions and disruptions to the learning environment. School counselors and support staff also have pivotal roles as they can facilitate the integration of assistance animals into the broader emotional support strategies already in place for students and staff with disabilities. This ensures that assistance animals complement existing mental health resources and NDIS-related programs, and that they're included in the students' accommodations for exams, for example. They can also help coordinate with external services such as NDIS practitioners already supporting students on campus, and counselors and students will need to work closely with these services to ensure handlers are receiving appropriate care, assistance, and support. Partnerships with local and national organisations specialising in assistance animals are also vital to the program's success. These organisations can provide training and support and play an integral role in certifying the behaviour of assistance animals and providing ongoing guidance to both school staff and handlers. Behaviourists can also improve the school's current therapy dog program to introduce more rigorous training and assessment, ensuring therapy dogs maintain the highest of standards in alignment with WAFA guidelines. Collaboration with these organisations ensures that both the assistance animal and handler receive continuous support. WAFA behaviourists are particularly trained to identify behavioural issues early and implement strategies to promote the safe and effective integration of animals into school settings. Qualified behaviourists will assist with ensure behaviour standards for public access are met at all times and ensure the therapy dog program aligns with the same high standards. These professionals can also provide in-depth training to staff on how to manage the presence of assistance animals in ways that enhance learning and well-being while minimizing potential distractions or disruptions in the classroom. Our timeline for the first 12 months is broken into 4 stages with each 3 months duration. So phase 1, planning and preparation. We need to conduct a needs assessment, including surveys and focus groups with teachers, counsellors, and students to identify needs and gather input regarding the assistance animal program. This will include research and compiling relevant literature on assistance animals and best practices for implementation in educational settings. This will also include development of policies and procedures for the program, incorporating guidelines from the Disability Discrimination Act and WAFA professional standards. This will also include developing a communication plan to inform staff, students, and parents about the program's goals and processes. In terms of resource allocation, this will require us to obtain funding, source training providers, and develop partnerships with local organisations and peak bodies specialising in assistance animals. This will also involve creating a budget for the program, including funding for training providers and partnerships, costs of training, and sourcing any external expertise and the funding required. Phase 2 is the pilot program, which will include staff training, covering the roles of assistance animals, animal welfare, and behavioural management. And this will also include community education sessions for students and parents to address any concerns and expectations. The pilot program with a select group of students or teachers with their assistance animals. This will help monitor integration of the animals within classroom settings and ensure designated toilet areas and animal care facilities are fully operational. And this will end with data collection and feedback from students, staff, parents, and other stakeholders to look at the effectiveness. This could include surveys and interviews, and of course, data analysis. Phase 3 is the evaluation and adjustment. So we'll review the collected data to evaluate the impact on the students' and teachers' well-being, academic performance, and overall satisfaction, and consult with behaviourists to assess the behaviour during the pilot and make any recommendations for improvement in conditions. Based on these findings, we'll adjust policies, procedures, and training programs as needed and prepare a report summarising the outcomes and recommendations for full implementation. Phase 4, or full implementation, will include final preparations, including finalizing all training and teaching resources and confirming partnerships with local organizations. The full launch of the program will officially roll out with the school and ensure staff are prepared that assistance animals are integrated for students and staff who have them in the educational environment. And this will include implementing ongoing support systems, including regular check-ins with behaviourists and support staff, training refreshers as needed. There'll be regular monitoring of the program, collecting data on the ongoing impact of the assistance animals on students, staff, and their behaviour and health. and there'll be continuous learning opportunities for staff, encouraging open dialogue and feedback. This will end with the first annual review, which will be comprehensive and cover the first semester of implementation. We'll assess the effectiveness and identify any necessary modifications and prepare the report summarizing the year's outcomes, successes, lessons learned, and present it to the school leadership and stakeholders for feedback. In conclusion, the establishment of an assistance animal program in schools would allow students and staff to benefit from their animal on campus and not just when they're outside of school hours. This would represent a proactive approach to enhancing the emotional and physical well-being of students and staff. By acknowledging the unique needs of individuals and leveraging the benefit of these assistance animals, we can create an environment that promotes inclusivity, support, and learning. Through careful planning, training, and collaboration with local organizations, we can ensure the integration of assistance animals is executed effectively and ethically. The initiative is not merely a response to current challenges, but a commitment to fostering a school culture where every individual has the opportunity to thrive. By implementing this program, we can empower students and teachers alike, allowing them to overcome barriers and reach their full potential. Ongoing evaluation and adjustment will be vital to the program's success, ensuring it remains responsive to the evolving needs of our school community. Together, we can pave the way for a more supportive educational experience enriched by the presence of assistance animals. Thank you for coming along today. I hope you've learned quite a lot, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. If you're looking for any further information, here's our reference list. Although quite comprehensive, it does cover everything that we've discussed today.